Well, basically, it's an attempt to sort of replicate the real world environment of a newsroom. So we work in very large groups, and we all collaborate on different roles. There'll be different kind of section heads leading teams, so reporting, print, subbing, so creating print versions of stories, and video, audio, infographics, etc. And then just collaborating on every story, so different bits kind of get delegated to the different teams, and we just try and get as many Salford-based stories out as possible over the course of the day. Um, I've had quite a few roles so far. Today I'm doing council reporting, which is obviously quite interesting because there's an election in a few days. So I'm basically chasing up candidates from different parties and kind of getting angles on general stories as to what the parties are standing for in Salford. Um, and it's a bit of a niche one. Usually you get more broad sort of roles. So if you're a reporter, you can be sent out on a lot of different kinds of stories. But if you're doing something like council reporting or sports, it's more specific, and you'll usually just be focusing on one or two things. Um, I think it gets you used to. Well, you're scheduled for 9 till 6, and it can vary if you're in till 6 p.m. But if you have stories to finish, you can be, and it can get you used to sort of having to do a full day, knowing that these stories need to be output by this time, because a lot of it's very kind of hooked to a particular time period. It's a story that won't be relevant next week or even in a couple of days. So I think it gets people used to working together on very immediate deadlines. Obviously, as a student, you get used to working to deadlines that you can see over the horizon a couple of months in advance. But with these, you sit down at 9 o'clock, discuss with your editor which stories need covering, and then basically you have until the end of the day to make something work. Um, I've always liked doing the social media. So when other people have brought stories forward, if I've been social media editor, just get them out on Facebook and Twitter, bringing supporting content in like polls and stuff, and just seeing how much reach you can get across Salford on those stories. Uh, I've I like doing infographics as well. I think infographics is an interesting role because essentially you get to put a different spin on other people's stories. So they'll give you this story and say, we kind of need some data to support that, and you can create a little bit of a story within a story with these kind of interactive charts and things. And I find that quite interesting.